I'm sorry. I'm thinking about my business. HulaG's messy family. Well, actually, let me start off by saying this is not my dad's side of the family that I'm going to be discussing this evening. This is actually my mom's messy side of the family um, that I'm going to be discussing. So, I am here to debunk some lies that have been told. You know what I'm saying? Um, listen, let me tell y'all something. Anytime you are just being attacked from every which way, know that a lot of times it's a spiritual warfare. I'm being attacked. And it's crazy because I went through something similar to this when I opened up my first business. I swear. I'm going to do a live on that. One at some point. I remember a prophet told me, it was when I opened up my first business years ago. And a prophet told me, she said, you have five snakes that are around you. And she was like, some of them want to take from you. Some of them want to tear down what you've built. And some of them want to just kill you. I never forget she told me that. And, it was the same situation like now where I really hadn't done anything to anybody. It was just, it's spiritual warfare. It's wow. But anyway, today I'm coming to debunk some more lies. So, I had a situation. I don't know, for those of you that tuned in to my last live when I was talking about, my daddy's daughters and my guy, in that situation. Well, in the midst of that situation, another situation arose. So I just received some information moments ago about, pertaining to that situation. And there have been lies that have been told. So I'm here to debunk the lies, okay? So I'm not claiming this person either. And I'm not going to lie, this really, really hurts because I'm speaking about my mother's oldest son. This was somebody that, I did have a lot of love for. I always respected this person. This person was like a father figure to me, but after the events that have taken place in the last few weeks, like that's a wrap. It's over with. You know what I'm saying? Anytime you cross me like that. And the problem with my mother oldest son is that he has a child that he just can't seem to check because she's the problem. She started all of this. You know what I mean? But so in the midst of the situation with my my guy and my two my daughter's dad my dad's daughters, I have a niece. Okay, you know what? I can't even go through this third person thing. I'm just gonna say it like this. My brother has his oldest daughter. I really think something is mentally wrong with this girl. You know what I'm saying? Because I promised you, God is my witness. I don't even know what her problem is. And every time someone asks what the problem is, they can't even give you know, a solid answer. You know, they can't even give a solid answer of why they have an issue with me. But what happened was, in the midst of me going through the situation with my guy and the two siblings, my niece comes in, my brother's daughter, she comes in and she jumps in on the situation. So what happened was, we all of this stuff was going on Facebook. Now, mind you, she is mad at me for some unknown reason. I have no clue why. Don't give a damn, okay? She's mad at me, but the whole time, I guess she's observing what's going on between my guy and the two siblings. So she has made it clear, on her page that, she is disassociated herself with me. I'm not her auntie. She doesn't deal with me. Fine. I don't care. Doesn't bother me. Life goes on, baby. I could care less. But the problem that I had is that when this situation was going on Facebook, she took it upon herself to go to my mom's house and discuss it with my mother. And I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, how do you know what's going on? Second of all, what business is it of yours? And third of all, why do you care? You've made it clear that, as she put it, I'm not her auntie, right? So she goes to my mom, trying to tell my mom, and I don't know why she did that. Who cares? What I'm grown. I'm a grown woman. I do what I want to do. My mom, I love her to death. I respect her, but she can't make a difference. When it comes down to what is going on with me. But she goes to my mom's house and she tells my mom. So my mom has group chat. She group chats the three of us. There's three siblings amongst my mom. It's me. I have an older brother and I have a younger brother. And my mom, she group chats us. So I guess my oldest brother, he was going in our group chat and he was sending stuff to her. So he had sent to her because my mom was like, "Oh, I'm not okay with all of this division. What is going on with this division?" And I'm like, "Well, mommy, I didn't do nothing. I don't know what's their problem. I don't know what their issue is with me. I have done absolutely nothing to them, but they had a problem with me." I said, she has made it clear she doesn't deal with me. She disassociated herself with me. And, I'm just explaining to my mommy what's going on. And so my brother, he takes the group chat to his daughter. Like, who the fuck is she? But this is what he does. He takes our group chat amongst our mom and siblings to her. And she posts on her Facebook page, like I said, I only got, these are my aunties. In other words, saying that she don't mess with me. So I commented on her stat and I said, well, that's fine. If you don't mess with me, I don't give a rat's ass, but stay out my business. And I mean it. I don't want to have to repeat myself. If you don't deal with me, you shouldn't be running your ass to my mom's house talking about my business between me and my guy and my sisters. Why are you in the business? So anyway, to make a long story short, she winded up getting real disrespectful, calling me out my name. She got her sister, as if that was supposed to scare me or something. She got her sister and they were making threats and talking about all they was going to do to me and blah, 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 blah. And I know that they got the green light from their father to do this. I know they did. He gave them the green light. So, again, I'm trying to figure out, like, what is the issue? What is the problem from, going back to when she started saying that I wasn't her aunt. Now, mind you, she's saying I'm not her aunt, but I'm the one that took her in. You know what I'm saying? She came and lived in my house with her child when her mother told her that she could never come back there again with a toddler child. She could never come back there again. Then she went over to my mom's house and stayed with her. And my mom told her that they didn't last, long. And she basically had to get out of there. My mom, and then she came with me. I didn't charge her $1. Her son, destroyed some things in my house. She never paid for it. I didn't ask her for anything. Even my mom did not let her stay there for free. She charged her, made her pay, small bills or whatever. I didn't ask her for anything. I'm like, I got you, just get on your feet. This is how people would do you that you look out for, that, they've been on your dime. They will do you like this. Now, she talking about my daddy's kids who have no blood relation to her. Those are her aunties. I want to see which one of them is going to open their door for you and your child the next time you're homeless. That's when you can prove to me. Because she just had a graduation. And guess who was there? Wasn't none of them there. Not one. My mom and her friend and her mom and her sister. That's it. And her daddy's, one of his females were there. And he only sent her because he was orchestrating, a plot against me to come over here and pull up at my house with guns, which is what happened afterwards. They pulled up to my house with guns afterwards. I guess that was, intended to scare me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna speak on that because that's a legal matter right now. But yeah, I guess that was supposed to scare me. Them pulling up with guns for no reason. I've done nothing to this idiot. But there is mental illness, you know, all in that is mental illness, and that's some family stuff that I'm not even gonna go into. But there's mental illness there because anytime you that mad because I told you when you're the one that made the decision that you don't deal with me to stay out of my business and you that mad, you should have been okay. Like, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't fuck with you anyway. So cool. That's all I would have said. You made the decision that you don't mess with me. So anyway, when we had these words back and forth, she saw what I was going through with my guy friend and with my sisters. And so she took it upon herself to go and reach out to him to insert herself in the bullshit. Now, the reason why I'm here today is because I'm debunking the lies. She done went back and lied and told my family, certain members of my family, that I said that I was trying to accuse her. And I believe I know who this came from. This came from my daddy's youngest, the young sister, the young crumb snatcher. This came from her because I remember we were going back and forth on the post. And I'm like, why is she inboxing my dude? You know what I'm saying? She jumping in his inbox for what? And she was like, well, that's because you accused her of him. And I'm like, I never accused her of him. I said she brought him up. When she called herself threatening me and cussing me out, she said, where is he at? And I'm like, where he at? That ain't your business. You know what I'm saying? What you worried about him for? And then she took it upon herself to inbox him to try and insert him in the drama. Nobody ever accused. First of all, what y'all don't understand is I know him. I've been knowing him for 4 years. I know his caliber of women. She too young. I don't see him messing with her. She's 22 years old. She's only a couple of years older than his oldest child. And that ain't typically his flavor. He normally mess with women that are a lot older than him. He like cougars. He don't. So that's a lie. I never accused him of her. I never even brought him up to her. She jumped on him because she was trying to insert herself in the drama that was already going on because she had a separate issue with me. So stop the lies. Stop the lies. Then I hear that, he spoke to my oldest sibling, my mom's oldest son. My guy spoke to him, and they're trying to make it seem as if he's the one that gave my address. I don't believe that. Until somebody can prove that to me, I don't believe that. I do not believe. Now, at first I did, and it's messed up because things could have got real ugly based off of lies. Based off of lies. This is a dirty ass family, boy. I tell you. Based off of lies. But I had to go back. See, what y'all don't understand is I'm a child of the king. God deals with me on certain things, and he like, think. Me and this boy been going through our own toxic stuff for so many years. If he was going to send any harm to me, he would have been did it. And trust me, we have addressed bigger situations than this. Bigger situations than this. One thing about me, I never send no harm to anybody I love. Anybody I love. I would never send no harm to them. So y'all make sure y'all do this math. And I love him. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I would never send any harm to anybody that I love. And I don't believe he would send any harm to me. If I'm wrong, prove it. If I'm wrong, prove it. That's what y'all do. If I'm wrong, prove it. Y'all some dirty rats. The whole thing is y'all jealous. My mom say, what is the problem? Why the division? Why are y'all upset with her? What did my daughter do to you? Y'all can't say nothing but, oh, she wouldn't sell me a car. Are you for real? So you gonna pull up at my house where my kids lay their head at thinking you scaring me with guns, dummy, on camera. Because like I said, oh, I got your one too. You better believe that smoke coming for you. You pull up at my house with guns because I won't sell you a car. I won't sell you a car, because which one is it? Then you blame my granddaddy and you say, oh, well, that's because she mad because we didn't take her business card. First of all, I don't even like doing business with my family. I don't like doing business with my family. My family is not my support system. My family, as you can see, my family is not, you know what I'm saying? They not even good family members. Why would I want to do business with them? I don't want to do business with none of you motherfuckers. None of y'all. None of y'all. Y'all are a problem. So don't get it twisted. I sell my cars and I handle my business outside of this raggedy, jealous ass family. I don't want to do business with none of y'all. So make sure you get that part straight. No. Don't want to do business with you, baby. Don't have a problem with you rejecting my business cards. Because guess what? Whether you buy a car from me or not, they still selling. They still selling. The thing is, y'all are some haters. This whole situation is because I bossed my life up. I'm doing something with myself for my children. You know what I'm saying? And y'all jealous. Because outside of that, I ain't did nothing to you. But what you won't do is you won't lie. Like I said before in my other lie, y'all ain't no different from them sisters. Y'all trying to use the one thing y'all know I had a lot of love for to hurt me. But he's smart. He ain't stupid. I'm sure he mad at me right now, but he see the bullshit. He see it. He see it. Now, like I said, if anybody want to show me anything, show me where that nigga dropped my low. I want to see it. Until then, stay the fuck out my business. And like I said, leave me and him alone. Period. End of story.